from the mean streets of South Lyon, Michigan. This is the Off Center Sports Card Show. We'll talk all cards, modern and vintage, graded and ungraded, and stories of the hobby. Sit back, grab a cold one, and let's join George Jackson and Coach Pat. Welcome to the OC.
Coach Pat, what is up?
What is happening? It has been a while, and we're going to do this show tonight, and then you're going to disappear for another
I am
3 weeks
I like
on
golf.
a vacation that was not approved by corporate. We just start this podcast up, and then did producer Rich approve the vacation time?
No, he did not.
I don't think he did. But
Here, give that to producer Rich. That needs to be given to him.
You're taking off anyway. And as I told you earlier today, what I'm going to do while you're away, this is a golden opportunity for me to pull a Justin Timberlake. I'm going to go totally solo. I'm going to start my own gig called the Perfectly Centered Sports Card Show, the PC.
Whoa.
We've already got gear being printed up. Somebody's got to pay the bills around here.
What? Forgot about Dre. That's what you're saying now, right?
Dre.
Forgot about Dre.
That's right.
Who started this, huh?
Jeez. I did.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Producer Rich did. He's our boss. He's our boss.
Right.
So that's, we do what the boss says.
What are you gonna do about sexiness, though?
I know that's the show is gonna lose a ton of value in that regard.
It is.
So we're gonna go on hiatus. We'll have to play reruns, kind of like old Seinfeld episodes. And, to give the people their fix.
I tell you, it's gonna be a serious fix they're gonna need.
Yep.
Too.
But hey, we have got a great show tonight. I am excited.
We can promise that for sure.
Excited about tonight's show.
Great show.
Episode 9 already.
Yeah, the Niner, Gordie Howe, Big Gord. You showed up in full gear though.
Roger Maris.
Ooh.
How about that?
Wow.
I didn't
look
even
at that
think of
little.
that.
Was that a correlation between the two?
On the ninth episode?
The 9th episode, we're gonna be talking about Roger Maris today.
I think so. I think that's in the works. So I am excited to see this.
Well, our guest has joined us, so I'm going to bring him in here. Give me 1 second.
Speaking of Niner.
Yeah, speaking of 9, I mean, I don't know if you heard that fun fact here, Steve. Steve's going to be joining us.
No, I didn't.
There he is.
Steve, this is the 9th episode, and we're talking about Roger Maris tonight.
What are the odds?
Perfect.
Great.
Number 9.
Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to.
Looking great there, man. A little piece of the museum in the background. I'm sure we're going to be getting that piece here in a little bit for sure. Yeah, kind of. Let's start about that. So tonight's episode, we brought you on. We want to talk about personal collections, PC, as it's known as. And your personal collection is Roger Maris. It's been one for quite some time. I would like to hear more about it, of course. And kind of give us a history of it, what got you started, and why you really enjoy today and where you're going with it and the big picture of it.
So I guess kind of taking a step back, I got started because of my dad. My dad growing up was, always a Tigers fan. We're from Michigan and stuff. And, we've always loved the Tigers, but, any kid growing up in the 50s and 60s always loved Mantle. Just what he was doing, that kind of stuff. So growing up, when I was younger, I got to hear a lot about Mantle, and my dad kind of told me a lot about 61 and what happened. And he had a lot of the old film game reels and stuff that we used to watch together. And the more I watched it, the more I looked at Maris as, kind of that underdog. Right. And as I got older, it reminded me more of my life. A lot of people besides my dad never really thought I'd amount to much or anything. And I just started to appreciate Maris more and more, everything he overcame, all the booze he constantly got, all the naysayers, he's still getting snubbed. If you look at it, the guy should be in the Hall of Fame in my eyes, but he's not.
Amen.
But long story short, I really didn't get passionate about collecting until my dad passed away. And when he died, he left me his autographed Mantle ball. And I swore I was going to put together autograph balls for every one of the 61 Yankees. And as I started to assemble it, I got my first Maris ball, and I was like, well, I'll start collecting some cards too. Maybe I'll just get the base tops for Maris. And that just kind of snowballed. And long story short, many years later, here I am today. I never thought the collection would get this big. My goal where it's going is, eventually I'm starting to get more into the game used items, the higher end expensive stuff at this point. So I've gotten just about almost everything that's been put out by Roger Maris as far as a toy or a game. I want to say I'm probably missing maybe 10 pieces. There's all sorts of magazine ads and things like that you can find, but for major pieces, I'd say I'm probably missing 10. And once I get those, then it's on to the game use stuff. Someday I wouldn't mind opening, either opening a small museum or, donating all this to the Roger Maris Museum in Fargo, or donating it into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't know. Right now I'm just still enjoying it too much to really want to do much of anything except keep collecting. So,
and how does that, how do you not so much rank, but there's a large group of Roger Maris collectors out there. It's kind of a silent majority in a way, just due to, like we were talking about, Roger Maris's career and the respect that he's given. Other collectors out there, where do you measure up with them? And are you driving other pieces than they likewise for you and theirs both?
Yeah, so there was a collector that was much larger than me that I've actually acquired a lot of his. He got to the point that he's looking towards retirement and stuff. And I got to call out Larry Strauss. I mean, he has been a huge impact on my collection. He was much larger than me for the longest time. Another guy, Andy Strasberg, this guy was growing up. He watched Maris, he used to sit right there in front of him, became friends with him. Now very close friends with the family. He went on to work for the San Diego Padres in their chief of marketing. So he got to be around a lot of ball players and stuff. And I know he has probably a larger collection than me. I'm not sure exactly what all he has. I haven't been privileged to see all of it. But he's written books about Maris and got to know him quite well. So I know he has some more personal stuff. As far as just the item wise, I mean, I would say I'm definitely in the top 5, if not the top 2 or 3.
I can already tell just by looking at the background. And I've got a million questions, but I think we want to peek behind the curtain here. And I don't know, Steve, if you'd mind just kind of if you're able to kind of give us a little bit of a tour and maybe highlight
Sure.
some of your favorite items, unique stuff. I'm dying to see it.
Trying to see if I can flip the camera around, and I may have just disconnected. Hope not.
No, you're
good.
fine. No, we can still see you.
Okay, so
Hey, Steve, I'm the producer, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm already excited. Can I come over and just hang out one day and look at all this?
Look at this.
Yeah, I've offered to a lot of people. You're more than welcome to come over and hang out and just cruise around and stuff.
Where do you live at? West Michigan?
One of my favorite items. Sorry, go ahead.
Are you in West Michigan?
Did I lose you guys?
No, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm in Macomb, Michigan.
Okay.
Oh, I'll be on the east side.
Okay, you guys are breaking up on my end. Hold on, let me kill my Wi-Fi.
You killed your wife?
I thought you said let me kill my wife.
Sorry,
I plead the fifth on that one.
I didn't know we were having O.J. Simpson on.
Yeah, the OC all of a sudden changed.
Yeah, I went from the OC to the OJ.
All right. Well, I mean, he might have dropped out, but there he is.
Yeah, you guys are breaking up real bad on me. Hopefully, I didn't lose you.
We got you, buddy. Hey, you do the talking here. We got you.
Still there?
Yep.
You keep talking.
Hamster is not rolling well right now.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
we got you.
Okay. Can you still see the video, or did
Yes,
I lose
sir.
you? Okay. So, Yeah, this is just like I said, I mean it's I've been building this for quite a while. I'd say probably 15 years at this point. And it's been slowly but surely acquiring items here. I go to a lot of antique shops looking for stuff, and eBay, of course, everybody does the eBay hunt, and any auctions I can find, and just trying to find whatever I can for Raj and add it to the collection if I don't already have it. I didn't lose you guys again, did I? I hope I didn't lose you.
No.
Yeah, we got you, Steve.
Steve, we got
Okay.
What are some of the big items there that you appreciate the most, so to say? Doesn't have to be so much the bigger items, but your most appreciated items.
My most appreciated. Here, let me actually flip over to this side. This one is one. It took me a while to put this together. It's the whole $1 million lineup. I got the cut autos of each of the players from that year,
Oh wow!
and put the whole thing together. Had it framed up. Probably took me close to a year to get everything assembled on it. So that's one I really love. Some of the another of my favorite pieces is the different watches that they came out with. There were so many different versions, and trying to put together kind of I guess you could say a master set of those has been a little bit of fun. But one of the first pieces I was showing was this Cooper one. It was funny when I acquired that, and I've only found one other one besides this one. And it's a Cooper Lifeliner from Cooper Tires, and I used to work for Cooper.
Yep.
So at the time I acquired it, it was kind of fun. So another great piece is this. Unfortunately, I don't have the whole billboard, but it's half of an old Camel billboard. This is a piece I recently got off of Larry. He finally parted with it after years of me asking him. So, but yeah, this was. I never realized it was quite this big, so it takes up pretty much half a wall. But yeah, I mean, it's slowly but surely over time. Different pieces mean different things. How hard it took to get them, and how just finding some of the stuff. You'd be surprised at just some of the random places you find some of these items. So
yeah, now on that billboard, have you seen the other half at any time?
Just in old pictures. I have.
Okay.
He happened to find it. He was in an antique store, and it was folded up, and he was looking through a bunch of folded up stuff, and happened to open it up and saw it. But yeah, the other half wasn't there. But he instantly picked it up.
No, it's so Steve, have you ever parted with any items from the museum to get other items in return, or have you everything that's come in has never left? I'm sure you fielded a ton of offers for.
Oh no, I've sold a few items here and there. I had a autograph card that I parted with so I could buy something.
Yep.
I had a single signed ball that I parted with that I could actually pick up a bunch of stuff from Larry. So it was well worth it. But there's that mantle ball I was talking about in the background that my dad left me that kind of triggered everything.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So
That's awesome. Now, where are you at in the registry for cards?
I want to say I'm in the top 5 or 6 for the full the master set. I haven't checked it in a while. I got to the point that I got a bunch that I could probably move up if I actually submitted them, because that's like the OPG version of the tattoo that I haven't had graded. The 62 exhibit Queen of Hearts. I sold off my first one, which was the highest PSA at a 7. I sold that for $8,000 to pick up a few other items I needed in the collection. But yeah, I mean, there's some stuff here I could sub and probably move up the list. But at this point, I really don't care anymore where I sit on that list.
Okay.
For me, it's more about where I personally sit and how I feel about it, and just to show it off to people that are interested and want to see it. You know,
Awesome.
What Steve,
got a box of cereal if you guys are hungry. Never been opened.
What year is that from?
That's a 67.
Wow.
That probably tastes really good right now.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they would almond milk would make it a little bit better.
Yeah. Now, one of the coolest pieces I have is I'm not sure if you guys can see it that well. These are the dies that made the old belt buckles and stuff that they used to sell in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
And I got one of that's for the larger belt buckles that they made. I actually have one of the smaller belt buckles, the toddler size. But that was the dies that made the child size.
Wow.
So
Now, how do you come across that?
That was actually Larry again.
Okay. Now, what's his background on it? Where did he come across that? And, the background on some of these items.
I never asked him, honestly. I know he'd been collecting for years, and we just had a mutual love. I never quite asked him the background on everything. It's I probably should, having the provenance on stuff. But this was actually a guy on Facebook, and I forget his name. He actually that's Adele Padilla. He's on he's in a lot of the Facebook groups. He actually painted that for me.
Oh, wow.
I think that is the one of the best parts of this hobby is just how you get to meet different people and you find people with mutual interest, and you find other people that are just as enthusiastic about collecting Maris as Steve is. Steve, how often do you have people reach out to you just say, hey, can I pop in and get a tour of the museum and just walk around and see what you have? Is that how often does that happen, and is that something that you do?
Actually kind of rare, believe it or not. I mean, a lot of guys I'll show them by video and stuff, but just because, where everybody lives and where I live, it's not a whole lot of guys close to me. And really all the guys that are close, I hate to say it, is, I'm in the Tigers group. I'm one of the admins with Bill and them. And it's everybody wants to talk Tigers and see Tigers. And, for me, it's my Maris stuff. And they're all like, oh, okay. Yeah, you got Roger, whatever.
Now, when we talk about the PC and Maris, have you been like a spin-off to anything else that you've been collecting besides Roger?
I collect some other cards and things like that. Here I'm actually just finished it. I'm missing one card. It's a complete master set of the 1969 set.
Oh, nice.
This is the full tops, along with all the error cards, along with all the OPC, the decals, the decals. The only one I'm missing is the white letter mantle right now.
Wow.
So that led into that. Out here, I'm still putting a lot of it up, kind of a hodgepodge of Tiger stuff. Also have just some autographed jerseys out here. Jim Bunning, obviously, he was with the Tigers. K-Line. Got a Mays jersey. Got a lot of stuff. And sorry, it's a little dark. Don't know if you guys can see, but I got a whole corner of stuff I haven't even put up yet.
Okay.
Been in the house for 3 years, and my main concern was getting the Roger Maris room done.
Hey, you got to have the priorities straight. I'd be thinking the same thing.
Oh, yeah. So
now, did this make you become more of a Yankees fan and a Tigers fan growing up? Here?
Nope. I still hate the Yankees.
Really?
Yep.
Now, do you hate the Yankees for what they did to Roger Maris, or is it more you just want to be a Yankees fan?
That's exactly it. I can't stand him for how they treated Maris, how the fans treated Maris, how the front offices treated him. I hate to say it. Guy would have been a Hall of Famer had they treated his injuries more seriously, taken better care of him, kept the media off him. He could have gone a lot longer than what he did. And it's unfortunate that, Mantle was their guy. They always made that clear. And it's just disappointing. To me, it's highly disappointing, but it is what it is. They're a business, they're an organization, but at the same point, you have so many of these revered players that, I wish Roger got the respect that a lot of those guys of his era have gotten. And it just doesn't seem like he gets as much recognition as a lot of the others.
Yeah, and it's sad. I think our Hall, especially for the Baseball Hall of Fame, it's more on numbers, popularity, how you treated the media more than it is on milestones and achievements. And I think that's sad because there's a lot of history of the game that's shunned upon. Just talking to your name, like Mark Grace, for instance. Mark Grace, in my opinion, should be a Hall of Famer. How long it took Jack Morris, of course, is ridiculous. You look at it locally, Lou Whitaker for us. And, then you start getting into the Roger Marises. It's sad. It's really sad. There's a huge history of the game there that doesn't get that respect and honor.
That's a whole.
Well, I mean, multi-time All-Star, most World Series appearances in the 60s, broke Babe Ruth's home run record. Basically, he did it on nicotine and alcohol, and just a little bit of alcohol, but mostly nicotine. Whereas, they make a big deal about McGuire, Sosa, and Bonds. And I mean, those guys, they're trash. I'm sorry, they're trash.
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So tell us how it is. Now, going with that, though, when the Maris family was there for McGuire, what's your feelings on that when it was happening?
So I haven't really broached it. I've become friends with Roger Maris Jr. I haven't broached it with him, but I mean, to me, in my opinion, I think they were kind of forced by the Baseball Hall of Fame. I think they were forced to be there by baseball itself. It's the same thing when Mrs. Ruth had to be there when Roger and Mickey were going for the home run record. And so I think it was more of a kind of a publicity thing that they're saying, oh yeah, the former generation supports this and things like that. Who would want to see their dad's record broken?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think I will give it credit that the McGuire Sosa home run, I mean, especially the whole home run battle, it did reinvigorate baseball at a bad time. I mean, with the strike and everything like that, baseball was getting a bad rap. So yeah, it did invigorate, but it also makes me wonder how much of that was brought on by the MLB. They needed a reason to get people back in the seats and to get people watching TV again.
Right.
So, what did they actually overlook to allow those guys to do that? So that's just one man's opinion.
Yeah, and I had an opinion on it too, kind of looking at it. I felt the Maris family supported it as the Cardinals organization to stick it to the Yankees organization in a way too. I mean, that's one way I looked at it too, because I know the way the Yankees were with Maris.
Yeah.
And, growing up also with my father, I'm 46 years old, what he told me about, the man Maris and how hard it was for people to cheer for Roger Maris. It was like you didn't want to admit you were cheering for Maris.
And I've heard a lot of that too. But then, he did get a lot of support towards the end of 61, when they realized that he was getting close and we're going to do it. I mean, I can't say it turned a lot of the fans around, but he was getting more cheers later than he was earlier. I mean, up to the point that him and Mickey were tied or going neck and neck, it was Roger was getting booed because they wanted Mickey to do it. He was that heir apparent, so.
Right.
And, I mean, it is what it is. He was a local favorite, and we all have our local favorites. You look at the Tigers, I mean, Miggy's got, some personal issues that have come up in the news over the years, but Detroit has overlooked it, and we love him, and we want to. I mean, God, he's 9 hits away from 500, or 9 home runs away from 500, and 100 hits away from 3,000. We love the guy. It's
amazing, and I have my opinions on him too, my own personal feelings. But you got to root for the guy. He's smiling, he's laughing, he loves the game. You can tell it, and his teammates love him. And you just got to sometimes tip your hat to it. I mean. Like, I've never been a Tom Brady fan, but you tip your hat to his success. You can't deny that.
Tom Brady, Michigan State, love him.
Well, Tom Brady would be a backup quarterback at Michigan State, just like he was at Michigan.
Well, it's the same with Al Kaline. Al Kaline, great player, but if you caught him on the bad day,
angry Al.
You got angry Al.
Angry Al, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Now, who was your favorite player growing up? Besides getting into your Roger Maris collecting stuff like that. Who'd you collect as a kid? PC.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't collect as a kid.
Really?
No, I
Okay.
did. I got baseball cards here and there, but I was really heavily more into skateboarding when I was a kid.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I was a huge skateboarder. I mean,
Oh,
it's
Thrasher, huh?
yeah, I used to skate competitions, pipe
man.
competitions and
Wow.
stuff. Yeah, that's where I spent most of my childhood, was on a skateboard. So
Interesting.
So, Steve, real quick, you as you said earlier that people didn't think you were going to amount to shit. So it was pretty much based off the fact that you were a skateboarder, right? It was that stereotypical I'm a skateboarder guy.
a little bit to do with that, but I mean, a lot to do with, I was kind of the black sheep of the family. I got into
I hear you. I hear you.
I got into the drugs and stuff when I was a kid, and didn't have the greatest grades in school.
Yep.
After I got out of the military, I mean, I crawled into a bottle for God over 10 years.
Wow.
And hopped from job to job every 6 months to a year, basically up to the point that I met my wife. And once I met her, I realized it's like, yeah, well, yeah, I better get my crap together. And just started working hard. And I mean, literally in the span of the last 15 years, I went from basically an apprentice machinist to now I'm over 19 plants across North and South America. So
Wow.
it's one of those things that it's like the underdog, I mean. But
So how long has the Maris collection been going for yourself then?
Maris has been close to probably about 12 years.
So let's talk about a great thing with recovery there. Bringing yourself back from where you were. How much did that play a role into that?
I got a lot more money.
But the drive for it too, did you really find like it was a hobby that you were enjoying and kind of taking you away from it, along with, meeting the beautiful Miss Guiette? I mean, besides her and, the collection, did that make a big difference in your life and the turnaround there too?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I can't say I'm, 100% perfect. I still enjoy some beers on the weekend. I mean, but I've learned moderation, I guess, is the best way to put it.
I think it's cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's between the hobby, between her, between work, it keeps me out of trouble. I mean, I guess that's the best way to say it. I used to love going out and going to bars and things like that. And heck, I walk into bars now and I'm bored after 15, 20 minutes. Unless I got a pinball machine or a dartboard, then I can.
That's rare.
Now, how many nights have you been deported to the couch when another box of Roger Maris memorabilia shows up on the porch, and the boss says, "Steve, come on, enough is enough." Jeez,
Sounds personal, Pat.
Yeah.
Actually, luckily, I'm hardly home when the stuff arrives. I travel a ton, and George can attest to this.
Yeah.
Back when he was in the chat, in the old Tigers admins chat, you guys know I was never home.
Right.
I travel with the 19 plants. I'm constantly on the road, Monday through Friday. I'm home on the weekends, but I'm flying here, flying there, driving here, driving there. So I always schedule that most of the stuff shows up during the week, and I'll just get a text, "Oh, you got another box." Now,
how much?
Been there.
Where are you at with the appreciation of it for yourself? Or you take it for granted, some of your collection now with it? As you set up the museum down there.
Occasionally, I'll take it for granted. There was, I want to say, about a year ago, I was entertaining, like, just selling everything off. I was like, and I put out a post that's like, "Yeah, I'm done. Whoever wants to buy it, make me a decent offer." And then literally somebody asked about piecing out one or two pieces, and I'm like, "No, I'm going to keep it."
Yeah.
So,
I guess you put a rough estimate on what would you say the whole collection is valued at?
So I had it's insured right now for $750,000.
Wow.
So I would say probably true value. It's probably about 500, just with all the pieces and everything like that. I mean, because some of these, there's only one of them. I've looked everywhere, and it's like I have the only one.
Yeah.
So how do you put a true price on some of those?
Yep.
I've never seen like the billboard behind me. I've never seen one of those go up for sale.
Yeah.
So now the difference between what it's worth and what I told my wife I paid for it, that's a whole nother story.
Your secret's safe with us, Steve.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I will say I've gotten some outstanding deals just because people know that I am such an avid collector.
Yeah.
That they have cut me some phenomenal deals on some of this stuff that I would have never dreamed I would have gotten, and I would have never found on eBay. I would have never found through any auction house. Just because they know that I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to be the caretaker, and my goal is basically this is kind of it's a retirement fund, but I want to pass this off really to somebody that's going to appreciate it in the long run after me, and I'm hoping they'll still be fans after me at this point, because the further away you get from somebody's playing time, it's yes, the value goes up, but also the recognition goes down. A lot of people don't remember it when they were a kid or heard about him. It's more folklore at that point.
And where do you see the collecting at now? I mean, how do you view the card industry and the memorabilia industry now?
I think the memorabilia is going to continue to hold.
Okay.
Some of the older stuff. I mean, there's so much over signing now. I mean, way too much over signing now. And what they're doing with cards. I mean, cards to me are ridiculous anymore. I mean, it's when you got people fighting in Walmart over, come on, really?
Show some class.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, God, guys, we're adults. I mean, you see somebody go in there and hog a whole cart full of, whatever, just because I'm going to turn around and flip it on eBay.
That's exactly, and it's terrible.
It's terrible for the kids too. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing, and I think one subject you just brought up there was really interesting, was about over signing. Why is Roger Maris so tough to find signatures? What makes him so tough?
He didn't sign a lot, and plus you got to look. I mean, he died in '85, so he didn't hit a lot of the card circuits and things like that. I mean, you see much more abundant Mantles, because Mantle was signing for years beyond that.
Yep.
He'd go to the card shows, he'd go to the conventions and things like that. So it's why Babe Ruth is so hard to find. He would sign for the fans, but there wasn't a whole lot of the card shows or things like that. So I think that's why some of the stuff is harder to find.
Hey Steve, what's the one item? So if someone were to say, Steve, we're taking your entire collection away, but you can pick one item and one item only.
The place is on fire. Grab one. The place is on fire. Grab one.
What's the one item you're reaching for to preserve from that collection?
Well, I kind of showed you guys earlier. I'm grabbing my dad's Mantle ball.
I was going to say that's going to be my pick. All right.
Yep.
Perfect, man.
Now I'm also probably going to grab the Maris ball that's right in front of it too.
There you go.
He's going to double fist on the way to that burning house.
But yeah, I would say out of everything, it'd be of all the things I grab, it's Mantle. Come on.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, I'll tell you what, man. We appreciate you so much joining us tonight. It helps, shed that light on the personal collection, and boy, I mean, I think gives so many of our listeners so many other questions to go with it too, and I'm sure we're going to be following up with you more on this and have some of our listeners follow up too, because we really liked it. I mean, we all have our own little niche on things, and to see that is just something different that we don't talk about enough of nowadays. Is just that personal collection. And there's some great ones. Yeah, there's some great ones out there. I mean, Steven Rodriguez and collected Tigers pennants. I mean, he has a fantastic PC there. I know Scott Cash for the longest time had one of the best Castellanos.
Yep, Castellanos collection. Yeah. And Bill Roebank and his bobbleheads. I mean,
beautiful. There's so many avenues of that.
Yep.
Hey, Steve,
and I mean, sorry, go ahead.
This guy right here, that's playing right here.
Yep.
I'm gonna get your contact information. I would like to personally come out and see that mayor's collection at some
Happy
point.
to have you, man. It definitely
guy.
have to be a weekend though, because I'm never home during the week.
Well, hey, funny thing is, I'm in Shelby Township this weekend, so you might hear from me earlier than later.
Yeah, just give me a holler, man. I'll give you my contact, and you're more than welcome.
Sure, yeah.
Awesome.
If you don't mind, just send it over to George, and we're good.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, bud. Thanks again for joining us, man. Big time. Like talking to you about that, and we're gonna be sending a T-shirt your way on the OC, and start advertising that in that Mayor's collection. So appreciate you again, man, so much.
Awesome, Steve.
I
Thank you, buddy.
do it out. It's the Detroit Tigers collectors.
Love it,
There
love
we
it,
go.
love
There
it,
we go.
love it, baby.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Steve.
So, yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care,
Right.
buddy. Thank you.
Bye.
That was cool.
Dude, that
was
collection was fucking money, dude.
unbelievable.
Right.
Dude, that was money.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring garbage on here or something. Like
No,
the,
I believe me,
like
I'd
the
never.
biggest Kevin Moss collection or something you ever saw.
I'll tell you right now, when he
Travis
was
Fryman.
when
Yeah.
he was scanning it around, I was like, holy shit.
That was so.
That
We
was
got ducks
awesome.
back here, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, we got the
That's
Mighty Ducks.
insane.
We got Paul Correa and Temu Salai.
Well, little
back
Team
here.
U,
The
huh?
Mighty Ducks.
Wow.
We got to fight these ducks off with like a, it's crazy.
All right.
I'll tell you what, but I think the cool thing about that is that shows that this is still at the end of the day a hobby, and
Yes.
some people and a lot of people are in this thing for other reasons than making a quick buck on flipping a Bowman blaster box that they bought at Target from that they bought for 20 and they're gonna flip it for 50 or 45, whatever. He genuinely loves Roger Maris and everything he stands for, and he's building a collection to show that. I think that's awesome.
And bringing about that, the great hobby, and there's so many great things out there. We've been talking about this, but the Nationals come into Chicago here, end of July, beginning of August,
Just booked my trip yesterday.
and it's you booked it.
VIP.
Whoa!
May or may
Did
not
they
be.
know,
May-
or did they
I
offer
mean,
it to you, the VIP?
I mean, I'm surprised I had to actually click the button. I thought they would come to me.
Were you
and
talking
say,
to the
"Hey,
computer? Do you know who I am?
Exactly.
Right,
I
exactly.
changed my name to Coach Pat on my name badge.
Did you really?
And they said it does say Coach Pat. And then when I see the list of signers, I'm not on here.
Well, you shouldn't
It's
be.
disrespectful.
Not yet. You're still
Right.
working out the
Yeah,
negotiations.
So I
exactly.
guess if Goose Gossage bails out, maybe I'm next in
Goose
line.
has got a great signature, by the way.
Does, yeah.
Hey, maybe I could grow the beard out and get the Goose Gossage
Ooh, I like that.
stash
Go
going.
back to when we had those pictures
And
going
go
on
there.
Facebook. I like that.
I'm gonna have him sign my chest.
Wow.
I
Goose might not ever sign again after that point.
am excited about that. I've never been to the National.
Yeah, the National, and that's the
Never
great
been.
thing. And I'll tell you what, like if you have those goals, like you're a personal collector of this, you are going to find those items there. Like Steve will go there and he will find something that's going to mix with his Maris collection for sure.
So how many Nationals have you been to?
Would be 4 in a row, so 9. 9
Really?
I've been to. Yes.
And so you obviously go in with a game plan. Hey, I'm looking for XYZ.
I have. Yes.
What are you looking to accomplish this year? Have you given it much thought?
I tell you what, to me, the National and I've been a vintage collector mostly for the years I've been collecting, and the industry has changed to more modern now, of course, because that's
Right.
where all the money's at. And you're starting to see more unopened stuff, things like that there. And
Breaks.
it's changed a lot. I'm hoping it's back a little bit back to the collectors and to the dealers of the vintage items that, so to say, that were tough to find in the past. So I would have my game plan in the past of sets I was building on in the 60s and 50s, of course. I'll be honest, the past 3 years I went, it's been more just going, just to kind of take it in and walking around, enjoying, finding a deal here or there. I didn't go in with the appreciation I've had before, but going this year, which I still have not 100% decided if I'm going or not. I'm excited for it though. And I haven't been excited the past 2 years.
I am super excited. I booked
Right.
it yesterday. I'm getting in on Wednesday.
Okay, that's the key.
late
And I was going to talk to you about that.
And as a VIP, I get access to the opening night. Did you guys know I'm a VIP? So I'm going Wednesday, and I get access to the VIP lounge. I'll be in there just pounding high noon sun sips, enjoying life. And then I'm going to stroll through the show on Thursday, Friday, take it all in.
I should go VIP too, and we could dress like Harry and Lloyd.
Yeah,
like going there Dumb and Dumber.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll have like the top hats, the canes.
Very fitting.
You're gonna take it all in.
He is.
All of it.
Right into Chicago.
Yeah, there's a drop. God damn it. And you totally redeem yourself.
It is a deep dish town, let me tell you.
It's a deep dish town.
Hey, real quick,
before you guys
get all crazy and everything like that, we have a
us.
And we're still having the issue with the Facebook. We still are. It's still coming up Facebook.
Man.
And I think I've narrowed it down to like I posted something on the chat. It came up on Off Center Sports Card Show and the iLogic. So I don't think that it's coming up on your page or the Four Horsemen. So we're probably after the show, we'll probably have to kind of finagle a little bit to try to get it to work. But somebody on the Facebook user chat, if you could reply back on here who it was, but they said they would love an OC polo shirt.
Oh, man.
So now here's my thing is I think that since you're such a VIP, and we're going to call that a very intense penis.
Intense.
You are you have to wear a polo shirt when you go.
I'll probably go sport coat.
Sport coat.
Yeah,
so like kind of like the old like Hockey Night in Canada where it's stitched on the sports coat.
Yeah,
right. The emblem right there.
It's like a Masters,
I want a picture of that.
Masters type jacket or a Hall of Fame mustard jacket.
It's got to have the suede elbow covers too.
Yeah, just and then I can go right from the trade show floor to Gibson's and have a great steak dinner.
It's Hebda. Of course, it's Hebda. Yeah, of course, it's Hebda.
What's he say? So that's what. Okay.
He wants the polo. He's a classy guy. He appreciates a good collared shirt, as anybody should.
Hey, but real quick, I do want to say this, and I hate to butt in all the time on here,
shit.
But I do want to say this. It's pretty great to see the OC swag in Times Square.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
awesome.
It was
Kevin
in Times
Couch.
Square.
It was in Times
Kevin
Square.
Couch.
It was pretty
Couch.
solid.
Yeah,
Couch
that's awesome.
representing huge there, man.
I mean, I'm liking the hats showing up at all these random places like that. So my challenge is to the people that are listening right now, if you have OC hats or even if you bought a shirt,
take a picture.
If you are, I want to see if we got somebody that's, I think there's a guy in Florida or something like that. Or
yeah,
something.
we got Florida.
Tyler,
we got Florida.
I want to see
Bo Brown in Florida. Baby.
I do want to see some. I want to see some beach pictures with the hat.
I say, where in the world is the OC?
I want them to go to the classiest gentlemen's clubs, and get pictures with the hats.
Make it rain.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
well, hey, making it rain. That's what the OC is going to be doing in Chicago.
They're
going to be making it rain in there.
It rain for days.
Right.
Making it rain for days.
Now,
is there a lot of trading that goes on at the?
There
the National?
can be, yes. I mean, you do have that too, so you can bring your higher end items. Guys, definitely hustling. One thing I would recommend bringing is Chicago stuff.
Yeah.
It's a great way to flip some Chicago stuff real quick there.
Okay.
To the other dealers because it is hot there. I mean, if Chris Bryant keeps the way he's going, bring your Chris Bryant stuff. Bring those items. They're going to pay more of a premium for because they know they're going to be flipping them really quick. So, but those items are definitely there. I mean, besides Michael Jordan, of course, things like that. But if the Cubs are hot, White Sox are hot, those type of players, whatever players are hot for that sport, bring them with you.
Well, and you got, we talked about some of the signers earlier, but Tony Kukoc will be there. Signing,
nice.
So still kind of riding high from the Last Dance
Now, I'll give you one of the greatest signers they were hunting down years ago. And I don't know if you know this story. This was, I don't know the year exactly, but it was the year after the Bartman catch. They had a bounty for $100,000 if Steve Bartman showed up. They were going to pay him $100,000 to be there. And he never showed up that weekend at the show.
Hey, so before you guys go any further, Tom's going to come up to the mic and he's going to divulge a little bit of information about Steve Bartman.
Really?
The
12th man?
The 12th man
is coming to the beast.
This isn't even on the script here.
The 12th man is stepping
you
to
have
the podium.
Steve Bartman story here?
Don't drop names.
This is big.
So we have a mutual friend, we'll say.
Okay, 12th man speaking. This is very rare.
yes.
When the 12th man speaks, you
You,
listen.
you usually see me on the what's up with that
Right.
segment, and you get a close up of my thumb usually every week too.
Right.
So
Right.
we
Thank you, Vanna.
we have a close personal friend that actually grew up with Steve Bartman, and they're very close.
Okay.
And I was real close about 3 or 4 years ago meeting him because he's a fan of a certain university. We won't say which one. And I was tailgating there, and he was there, and so yeah, the Cubs have basically offered him a ring.
Yeah.
And carte blanche, and he doesn't want anything.
Yeah.
He wants no notoriety. And what I will say is he's a great human being, is from what I was told, and
Sure
that he he just wants it to go away. And
that's
when I found out like this person knew him, I was like, wow, it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool to hear to know a little background from him. So yeah, he just wants that whole.
So can we get him on the OC? What's the chances?
Yes.
We're trying to get him on the easy speak, but that probably will never happen.
Once again, what's the chance to get him on the OC? See, I talked that.
We just had a Steve on tonight. We love Steve's.
Well,
We love
we're
Steve.
Big
All
fans. Steves are welcome.
I won't say 0%, but I'll put it at 1. So
all Steves are welcome. Any Steves out there, if you want to be on the OC, send us a note. We love Steve.
And I'm not lying to you when I tell you this, but the person that is very good friends with him, I'm like, dude, I bagged him. I'm like, can you please have him just sign a baseball?
Yep.
I just want to say Steve Bartman. You don't have to put anything else.
That'd be impossible.
Actually, I'd like it to say it wasn't my fault, Steve Bartman.
Oh,
but
geez,
Moises Salou. It was Moises Salou. Should have made that play.
it could have said, fuck you, Moise.
Yeah.
No, it was the play before
fuck
that. It was
you.
the shortstop
F
that made
you,
the error.
Alou.
Shortstop made the error before that. Gonzalez made the error.
Ray Gonzalez or
Alex Gonzalez.
Alex Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Not Juan
Steve.
Gonzalez.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve Gonzalez.
We love Steve.
Yeah,
So
I love Steve.
So yeah,
I'm looking forward to
let's talk
national.
about some of those signers. What do you got there? What do you got with some of those signers there, Noonan?
We've got some.
Let's hear this
big
list.
ones.
Is my favorite Hall of Famer going in this year on that list? Great Canadian baseball player. He should have been
Larry
in the Hall.
Walker.
He should have been in the damn Hall of Fame immediately. But
Larry
that's my
Walker
fault.
will be there as a first-time signer. Bagwell, Johnny Bench, Andre Dawson, one of Chicago's finest.
The
Goose
Hawk.
Gossage, Ozzie Guillen, another Chicago.
Oh,
guy.
how's he? Wow.
Ron Kittle, a Chicago guy. Chipper Jones, Freddie
Chipper
Lim.
Jones.
Big Poppy Ortiz is gonna. I think he's gonna have a full line at.
Can I ask a quick question for you, Pat?
Yep.
Since I'm not too versed in this national thing, and I'm thinking about going,
Mhm.
so the VIP, so you go to all the tables for signings, and is it included in your VIP package, or are you having to pay separate? Because if you are going to stand in line for Goose Gossage, I have something I need you to get signed.
So unfortunately, as a lowbrow VIP, there are only 18 signers that are designated as VIP specific signers, and they're kind of the C and D level personalities. So I get 12 of the 18. I can pick 12 out of the 18. I get autographs for free.
Are you going to get to all 12?
Yes, I'm going to do all the time. I'm
Wow.
actually
We're going to this
I'm
full
actually
bore.
having a hard time deciding or getting to 12 to
Dude,
see which ones I actually even
Can
want.
you name off these? Let's go through this. This is great. Let's go.
So here's an example of some of the guys that I have to choose from.
Okay, I'm going to try to help you out here, but go ahead.
One is an absolute no-brainer in Darrell Evans. Done deal. That's
Of course.
easy. Cecil Cooper.
Ooh, nice.
Ron Kittle's another good
Ooh,
one.
Ryan Kittle. Nice glasses.
Brian McRae, the guy that
Ooh,
spazzed in the office.
get him to sign a phone.
Get him to sign a phone.
Yeah.
Frank White, former
Nice.
Kansas
Yes,
City
good.
Royal.
Yep.
That's a
Solid
decent
second
one.
baseman.
Basketball, Randy Brown. I don't even know who
Ooh.
that is.
We're
Cliff Livingston,
Oh,
former
nice,
Chicago
Cliff.
Bull.
Yeah.
Calvin Murphy.
nice.
We go to football. Joe DeLamalere, Michigan
Oh, yes.
State Sparty.
Yep.
That is definitely on
Definitely.
the list.
Hey,
Dexter Jackson.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of baseball guys on the VIP. Greg Luzinski.
Oh,
not Greg Louganis.
I was not a Greg Luzinski fan. I did not like him.
I thought it was Greg Louganis. Not Greg Louganis. Tim Stoddard. Who's that?
Greg Louganis dead?
No,
I don't think so. Jack Clark is one. Jack Clark's
former St. Louis Cardinals. Jack Clark. Yeah.
Daryl Evans is another one I get. Actually, this list isn't all bad. I'm going to come away with some pretty good autographs.
Is Goose Gossage on the VIP?
No. So you have to pay. You got to buy a separate ticket if you want Goose Gossage. Chuck Knobloch's going to be there.
So can I tell you what
he might overthrow the ball when he hands it back to you.
Or he can't throw it.
He's going to bounce it.
Get you.
Bounce it. Two-hopper back to you.
Right.
Can I tell you what I want signed by him? I want the newspaper clipping of Kirk Gibson after he hit the home run off him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just want it to be inscribed, I should have walked him. Goose Gossage.
He might do it.
He has signed that too, I believe.
He'll do anything for $1.
I've seen it.
Yep.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Actually, Denny McClain is signing there too.
Jeez.
Wow, that guy.
Boy, watch your wallet when you walk by him.
Yeah, right. Ryan Sandberg is there.
Right, take all your stuff.
A lot of Lee Smith.
No, Ryan Sandberg's a charge. He's not on the.
Oh yeah, no. Barry Sanders will be there signing. It's
nice.
And then you look at the hockey list. It's Chelios, Chicago's finest, and then Bobby and Brett Hall.
Nice.
Man, some big names. Big names. James Worthy, Byron Scott, some old Lakers, Horace Grant, Tony Kukoc.
I'll tell you what, that's
Michael
more
Cooper. I mean, this is.
I haven't seen as much basketball as that now. I think basketball is part of it where it's getting more turnaround stuff like that. But you really see a lot of Bulls on there besides Kukoc and who else was on there? Livingston.
Yep. So now it's going to be good. Kevin McHale's on
Brian
there.
Williams on there.
Actually, is Robert Parrish. Robert Parrish is going to be snorting. He's be snorting up the aisle 6. Robert enjoyed. He enjoyed a little of the nose candy back in the day. But it's going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to get out there. So I'm and for any of you guys listening, watching.
Is this a family?
Wednesday,
is this a Noonan family trip?
It's not. No, kids have basketball camps that week. So I'm in Wednesday, out Friday. So quick in and out. I'm excited to see some of the people that I've watched over the past year online, like Gary V is going to be there. Darren Ravel has a table at the National, kind of showcasing some of the unique stuff that he buys. He's got some really cool stuff. So it'll be fun.
Last Nationals I saw Bill Simmons walking around too. So
it's going to be a lot of. I think it's gonna give a spike to the card hobby, which right now is down a little bit.
It's a summer month like we talked about and stuff like that too.
We talked about it last show, but I think it's gonna breathe some life back into the hobby. And
Noonan, I can't let you go by yourself. I think I might have to go with you here for protection. And I mean,
I know. When you're a VIP, you're going to need that
security and definitely. So we'll talk more about that for sure. But
for the millions of people that watch this show, I fully expect to be mobbed, and I want to enjoy the show. So if you can kind of keep them away, and I can kind of look at cards and do business during the course of the day.
Know your role, Jackson. Right?
And I would appreciate if you can just make it a pleasurable, show for me.
Wow, that's sounded very.
Wrong choice of words.
Hope Mrs. Noonan was not listening to that, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to cue the what's up with that on that.
Keep it in the family, huh, Pat?
I'm giving you free drops all night long.
Oh, there, cuz.
We're from Kentucky.
Hey,
kissing cousins.
What are you guys talking about?
Hey, ooh-wee.
Just kidding.
Oh, such a tease. I'll tell you what, that was great though, man. Yeah, looking forward to the National.
The natty.
Got to decide myself for sure, 100% what I'm going to do. But the more we talk about it, the more I like it.
Hey, it's drivable.
It is drivable. That is true too.
Well, you let me know.
Definitely.
No excuses.
You let me know.
Oh, we
Road trip.
We will. So, all right. What do we got up here next?
Oh, I'm going to grab a beer for this one.
Jorge! Hip, hip, Jorge!
Yep. 12th man's got a question here for me. Go ahead, 12th man. Come here.
No, he don't have no question for you.
Oh, okay. All right. I tell you what, we've had a little bit of a sports rivalry starting this week. If you've noticed correctly. Mr. Noonan, haven't you?
Rivalries in sports are it's the spice of life.
What do you say is going on right now? Who started this rivalry this week? Not who started it, but we got two gentlemen going at it this week.
Yeah, in a gentleman's game,
Past couple weeks,
golf.
Yes.
You look to Brooks Koepka and DeChambeau.
Oh,
These
yes.
guys love each other.
Now, I'll tell you,
chemistry is
most sides,
unspeakable.
I'll tell you what, most times in a rivalry, we tend to take a side one or another.
Yep.
Right now, I'm not. I think this is great.
It's great for golf.
It's totally great for golf. Golf. I love it. I can't wait to see where it goes and as we move forward. So this week's top five sports rivalries.
Wow, great topic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is Dippin' Dots versus soft serve involved in this, or no?
Nope. Dippin' Dots not make the cut on this one.
It is rivalry.
It is
heated rivalry.
So number 5, Lakers versus Celtics.
Yep.
It's always been a good history type one there. What's been your opinion on the Lakers Celtics rivalry throughout the years?
Grew up. That's my youth. That's my
right before our Bad Boys era.
Yep. That was kind of the preamble to the Bad Boys.
Those
were the teams we wanted to take down.
So who were you? Were you more Magic?
Lakers,
Same here.
Love
I was more
Lakers.
that and
love the Lakers.
I think because we had the Pistons fighting the Celtics beforehand, it made it a lot more tougher. Definitely
the Celtics.
Number 4, Duke versus North Carolina.
Yeah, I like that one. I do. It's not great. Back in its heyday, yes.
It's hard to measure things now.
Yeah, back in the Leitner, Grant Hill days
in the 80s. Yeah.
Yep. 80s, 90s, phenomenal. Today, I mean, college basketball is just so different now, but it is a true rivalry.
So were you a Dookie or a Tar Heel?
Neither. Cannot stand. I can't stand.
See, I like Duke.
He loved Christian Laettner.
I love Christian Laettner myself. I love Laettner.
The dude was a hell of a fucking basketball player.
One of the greatest college players of all time, to be honest. He really is.
No doubt about it.
Number 3 set a huge standard here in our area. Red Wings versus Avalanche.
Yep. That is for sure. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, the Lemieux fight, and I mean, there's no debating that. Absolutely no debating it.
Yeah, and it's a great part of sports history, too, of rivalries there, just not locally. It just set the standard in hockey and everything. So it really brought a lot of attention and awareness to the game, so to say.
So no, are these strictly team rivalries, or are we going to hit on individual?
Number 2, Ali Frazier.
Okay, I was wondering where you were going. I was waiting for like Holyfield Ali Frazier.
But that'd be Holyfield or Tyson versus the ear.
Tyson versus the ear.
Yeah.
Tyson versus the ear.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest photos there, of course, too.
Love it.
I mean, when you talk Ali Frazier, it was just not so much the fights alone, but the pre-fight, the post-fight, the talk, it just never stopped. And there was an absolute hate between the two. And people don't realize that, like, now we have Jake Paul versus Chumley or something going on. I mean, what's going on next?
That picture right there shows you where boxing was, in its glory day, to where it is now with Floyd Mayweather against one of the YouTube guys. And I was a sucker and paid $50.
You paid for that.
I did.
Why didn't you invite me over? I would love to watch that train wreck with you.
Absolute disaster.
That is a disaster.
I'm still mad at myself. Boxing is now turned into the WWE.
Yeah, it has.
It's a disaster.
It has. I mean, but Ali versus Frazier was
no question.
We can't.
No question.
And number 1, Red Sox Yankees.
Oh my God!
The history, it's just non-stop.
But they play like 38 times,
and that's
a year.
What's great. And that's what's great about it, because it brings itself to that point always. It always does. It never lets itself down. So the history of the game, Red Sox Yankees, will never end.
Did you see the video of the lady yelling at the second graders?
Yes, that was amazing. I mean, just
berating a group of
And
second
I'm
graders
a Yankees
at
guy.
a Yankees game.
And it was just, but I tell you what, those boys
They stood their ground.
And one kid giving her the
Yeah.
L
She
right
goes,
to her face.
27 rings.
27 rings.
To
And
a
the one-
group of second graders.
And the
Get
one
outta
guy's
here.
like, you've only been alive to see 3 of them.
Yeah, you've only been allowed to
Exactly.
see 3 of those World
What are
Series.
you doing?
But I'll tell you what, so Hip Hip's top 5 this week, top 5 rivalries. There's some missing there. That
You
people are
have
saying,
some honorable mention.
people are saying
take your
Michigan Ohio
Sparty
State,
hat-
that can't be a
exactly.
rivalry.
Take your
when
Sparty
you
hat
can't win.
off. You take your Sparty. That it's not top 5. That's top 5.
No, it's not.
I am not a Michigan fan at all.
You have to win.
It is.
You have to win to have
To
a
make it a
rivalry. Yeah, to
rivalry.
make it a rivalry. The other team has to win. Frazier beat Ali.
Something to that. Something to that.
I am a jive turkey,
Something
and I'll
to
have pride
that.
in that, baby.
Something
If you want to start
that.
talking that, we'll talk Michigan State, Notre Dame being a rivalry. Auburn, Alabama.
Pistons and Spurs. One of the
Pistons and
greats.
Spurs.
Robert Ory
Big
killing
Shot
us
Bob.
with Big
Yeah,
Shot Bob.
Big
Killed
Shot
us.
Bob.
God, one of
Boom.
the great rivalries.
Jasper
Must
does
see
not
some-
look happy. Producer Rich is not happy
Must
back
see-
there.
All right.
Oh,
He's ready.
he's
He's
getting
ready
sensitive.
to go.
It's really getting
Okay.
sad.
Hey,
I'm 5'10", down 15.
Bye, sell, sell.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. For sure right now.
Man, the market is going crazy right now. Full disclosure, I went on a soccer card buying binge last
Love it.
week. I've been trying to buy everything. I had to put the governor on and shut it down. But I'm trying. I've set my sights on the World Cup 2022. I know absolutely nothing about soccer, not educated at all in it. I lean on some of my buddies that like soccer, but this Christian Pulisic,
Yes.
incredible.
Yep.
The savior of American soccer, bought 8 of his rookie cards. Snuck in a couple of Mbappe's.
Ooh,
This guy's
Mbappe,
from
France. France, yeah.
Yep.
World Cup
Apparently he's
champions.
Yep.
Defending.
Yep. 23 years old. So I feel good about those purchases.
What number is Mbappe?
What number is he? 23?
10.
Is it what all the great? No, is he 10? Yeah. All the greats were 23. Although LeBron is switching back to 6. So I don't know what he's doing. But that's
Who
not.
cares?
Yep. But that's not what the market minute's about this week. I'm telling you guys, and we had the game on earlier. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and I tell you what, nobody, and I mean nobody, is looking better than the Brooklyn Nets. All
Okay.
right. So let's look at the big 3 from the Brooklyn Nets, and we will start with your namesake, the Slim Reaper, Kevin Durant.
I thought that was a cupcake. Kevin Durant.
The Slim Reaper.
The Slim Reaper. All right. So you look at KD's cards in the last 90 days, down 53%. In the last 30 days, down 32%. Last 7 days, down 12%. These guys should steamroll to the finals. So we'll look at KD's. His top rookie card is his 2007 Topps base. The Topps base number 2 from the factory set. A PSA 9 in that card. PSA 9 sold for $540 on March 12th. That same card sold for $223 on June the 8th. Down 51%. That same card in a PSA 10. PSA 10 sold for $2,400 on March 12th. Same card sold for $962 on June 6th, a difference of 57%. Start looking at KD. But he's not the only one. Look at the big 3 on the Nets. Let's go to Kyrie, Mr. Personality. People love Kyrie. Just such an engaging guy. So in the last 90 days, Kyrie's cards are down 34%. Last 30 days, they're down 8%. We have seen a spike in the last 7 days, up 9%. So his 2012 Prism in a PSA 10 sold for $1,400 on March 11th.
Okay.
That same card sold for $852 on June 8th, a difference of 38%. A good buying opportunity. Last and certainly not least, James Harden,
The beard.
the beard, down 50% in the last 90 days, down 8.5% in the last 30. Now, the trick with James Harden, his cards are there's a very low pop on his cards because it's 2009.
Okay.
So you look at his 2009 tops and a PSA 9, there's a pop of 673. That card sold for $1,760 on March 12th. Same card sold for $750 on June 7th, a difference of 57%. That same card in a PSA 10 with a population of 183. Very, very, very tough card to find. Sold for $9,100 on March 11th. $9,100. That card sold for $4,000 on May 23rd, which was the last documented sale of that card. I mean, can you imagine paying $4,000 for a James Harden rookie? I mean, it's a low pop card.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there. We talked about this last week with hockey a little bit too. Do you see the numbers going back up in basketball? What do you see?
I do, but not to the levels they were in January, February. I mean, I think this is a definite correction of the market.
Okay.
No doubt. I do think you'll see it climb back up. So it'll meet, again, like we talked about in the last episode, there's going to be ebbs and flows. But yeah, I mean, the prices in February were just insane.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll see it reach those heights, at least not anytime soon. But I do think the national and NBA playoffs will help to give it a shot in the arm.
Yeah.
So I think it'll meet, somewhere right in the middle there. So we talked about $4,000 versus 9,100.
Yep.
Maybe that card settles at $6,000.
Right.
$7,000. I don't know. Somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
So I think we've kind of hit a low point, I hope. But good buying opportunity.
Regardless, good buying opportunities for it.
So keep an eye on it. I don't know what the score of that game is right now, but I think those guys are going to steamroll to the finals.
Gotcha, huh? Can't disagree or agree with you on it. So I mean, it's just one of those
Get
things.
your wallet out.
Be
Be a VIP and buy some of these cards.
VIPs, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Here we go.
What up with that? What up with that? Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, man.
What up with that? Noonan, I'll start us off today because I have been running with some what up with that
You've
all
been
week.
stewing on this one.
You talked about it a little bit earlier. You teased it, and I thought I was going to give away my what up with that, but I decided to keep my mouth shut during the moment. LeBron motherfucking James. What up with that? LBJ. Kiss my ass. Get out of this league. Get out of this country. Forget about yourself. USA basketball is not important for you. What up with that? You want to talk about a number change? What up with that? Get out of here, LeBron.
Do you hate the Toon Squad? He's bringing out Space Jam.
Forget the Toon Squad. Forget his number 6, whatever number he's going back to.
Why do you hate?
I don't care. Yeah, you lost, LeBron. You just got your ass knocked out.
Why do you hate LeBron?
Why do I hate him? You want to go on with it? You want to keep going on with this?
Undefeated, never lost.
Get out of here, LeBron.
He does Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Does Taco Tuesday. You don't like Taco Tuesday?
I don't like LeBron.
Oh, man. What up with that?
Easily.
I might have to do a what up with that to your what up with that.
Whoa. Yeah.
Just because I'm heavily invested in LeBron rookie cards.
But go ahead. I'm better now.
Hey, I would like you to support Space Jam because
I won't.
It might help increase the value, at least a little bit, of my LeBron cards, which are in the tank right now. My what up with that? Bob Kraft. You familiar with old Bobby K?
Yep, Bobby K.
Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Meek Mill.
We got massage. Are we talking massage or are we talking?
They've all three may have been to the rub and tug. Hopefully not together. I don't know. Bob Kraft is worth $7 billion. $7 billion. And so Bob's 80th birthday was this past week, and his good buddies, Jay-Z and Meek Mill.
Holla.
Yep. Decided to surprise old Bob with a Bentley. A guy worth $7 billion. You could get him a Bentley.
I was waiting for the OC crew to do that for myself.
That's like giving Jeff Bezos a subscription to Amazon Prime. Like, how does this guy need a Bentley? $7 billion.
Right.
You can
But
buy
what's in that Bentley,
10
huh?
Bentleys. There's rich people doing rich people stuff. Jay-Z, Meek
Can't
Mill,
stop that.
guy and buying Bob Kraft a Bentley. What up with that?
Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, we were.
What up with that? But without further ado,
We got trivia for tonight.
yes,
Quiz
we-
time. Quiz time. Quiz time. Quiz time.
Who do we got to thank for our trivia tonight as our sponsor?
Johnny, you the man, as I call him.
We
You
got a
the
little bit of
man.
rumblings. Might be
Pro-
having a card show there.
Pro
So
Sports Zone.
we'll
Pro
be bringing out
Sports
more information
Zone.
on that soon. But
Laurel Park Mall in Livonia. Go check them out. John Yu, Pro Sports Zone, the best in the business.
He also just announced some pretty good signings coming up for them U of M fans.
He did.
Like I think Devin
Oh,
Gardner.
I did see that.
Dr. Alexander, whatever the guy's
They
name.
have that.
No.
Is he gonna have the picture of Gardner getting pile drived into the turf by?
Oh, yes.
No, they got. So
By
I,
Shaq
I
Jones?
think Devin Gardner.
It was
Devin Gardner.
Shalik Kelvin. Manningham. He had Manningham.
No, this is not. It's Manningham. They already signed,
Oh,
but
did
it's
they?
Oh Jesus, what is this? Denard Robinson,
Oh,
Devin
my
Gardner,
God, Shoelace.
a couple other. Yeah,
I will not be at that one. Are you going to be?
I don't plan on it.
I'm going to sit that one
Right.
out.
just
Yeah.
a bunch of posers.
But we
if you
still
don't go.
love John Yu.
We love John Yu.
John, we can't
Hey,
love you
John
enough.
attracts the top shelf.
So
talent.
tonight, what we're giving away is the 2021 Bowman Blaster Box for baseball.
Can I answer the question?
And you can't answer the
I don't even
question.
know what the question.
And then
is.
along with that, we're going to be giving also for you football fans, also we'll be giving away a 2021 value pack, 40 card value pack. Score football. Get yourself your Trevor Lawrence rookies in there
T-Law.
and your penny. Get a little
God,
penny in there.
Yeah.
Those are
That's
so
right.
hard to get to right now.
It's so tough on getting all this
ridiculous.
stuff. So, but yes, a couple of great items there. Will be going away to our winner this week.
All right, so hold on. So anybody that answers the question, I'm going to tell you right now, the feeds that we are on right now are, I don't see anything from the George Jackson page, and I don't see anything from the Four Horsemen page. So you have to go to the Off Center Sports Card Show page on Facebook in order for me to see anything.
Okay, so we're going to give them a few moments
So
to
I'm going
pop
to give
on
you a
there.
few minutes to
Yeah.
go to that page and
Looks
go
like
that
you have
route.
you got a lot of agreement with you on LeBron.
Of course I do.
A lot of LeBron hate.
Smart people there. Here, let's highlight some of those. Go play soccer. Look at you flopping them. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead. Keep going. Yeah, LeBron is a bum. Love it. Okay, thanks, Tim.
bitch. Wow.
Facebook user, bitch. Love it.
This Facebook user, guys, he really has a lot to say.
Yeah, Steve, I can see you. Steve Green, I can see you.
All right, Steve Green. We got Steve Green. See me.
Oh, Steve. He's got to come on the show. We got to have as many Steves as possible.
We got. Is that a sniper coming by here? What was that? That car went by twice. Scared me.
Yeah.
Started to scare me.
Adam Schaefer, we can see you.
Could be a drive.
All right,
Adam
Schaefer's there.
Schefter. Adam Schefter's on.
Schefter. It's not Schefter. It's Schaefer.
Schefter. Do we have any breaking news?
All right. Woo, yeah, Tyler.
Tyler, we can see
what's
Tyler.
up,
Tyler. All
dog?
right.
What's up, dog?
They're signing in here. So the George Jackson page isn't working then. This is
Did you ever get
crazy.
Tyler's medium shirt?
I didn't. He just has to shut up and
All right,
wait.
so give it a few minutes because we still got a couple on the George Jackson page and we still got a couple on the Four Horsemen. But
If
it
they
looks
want
like
to jump over, Hebda.
Hebda's
Hebda.
on,
Nice.
so that's working out real good then. So yeah, we'll
Okay.
have to figure that out. So if you guys are on there, like and subscribe to the Off Center page, and that way we know that you guys will be able to see the content.
Justin.
Yes, Tim. Tim, we can see you.
Oh,
Mark
my man,
Kraft.
Bo Brown. Mark
Bo
Kraft.
Brown.
What's
Bo
up?
Bo Brown from Miami, Florida, huh?
Yeah, you down in Florida down
Down in
there.
Florida.
Bo.
Yeah, we did.
You. Stuff from the you, baby.
So we got Mark here. All right. So
All right, let's
good. Run this then.
Hey, run it.
All right, so tonight's trivia question, we're going to play in a little honor of Roger Maris talk a little earlier. So how many lifetime home runs does Roger Maris have?
Uh-oh, someone's going to the Google machine.
Steve's at Kroger right now,
Kroger.
picking up them groceries. Waiting.
Yeah.
How many lifetime home runs does Roger Maris have?
Or Roger.
Roger. And
They got a winner.
That's fucking Google.
Yeah, Steve,
That's Google.
Is that Kroger?
He's like, yeah, I'm at Kroger.
Oh, he just
Look at
That's Google.
Steve
Look at all
Green.
these. Look at all these guys. These Google
Hey,
freaks.
you know what? This will stop Steve Green from whining this time, right?
Ah, yeah.
You think so? You think Steve? So, Steve, you're our winner this week, buddy.
Oh,
Congratulations.
sorry, Justin. You didn't win. Steve
Very
Green won.
fitting. Very fitting.
There you go. No, because what happened was I went to go click add to the
Yeah.
screen, and it popped up, and it went to Kevin Hebda. You came in the second place. So
Very fitting that a Steve wins on a night that a Steve came
We talked
on.
about Steve's and how
Tonight
much
is
we like
about-
Steve's.
Tonight is about Steve's. Your next top 5 should be top 5 Steve's.
Ooh, that's a tough list, though.
good or
It
bad.
is.
Yeah, good Steves or bad Steves?
Steve Martin.
Hey, since we haven't played this while, this is strictly for Kevin Hebda.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Yeah, you and your 278, you dummy.
Steve Eiserman.
Jeez. Steve Eiserman.
Steve Eiserman. Steve Martin. Steve
Well, guys, I'll
McNair.
tell you what, man. We're going to be off a couple weeks here. And
Apparently we are. I don't know.
Yeah.
Guy signed not corporate approved. Are you on unpaid leave?
I am. I'll take unpaid leave on this
So
one.
next week we start up the new podcast.
Yeah,
right?
the PC is starting up. Perfectly centered podcast. Just get him out. We're going live solo. Be like Jim Rome coming to the jungle. What's up, clones?
Out. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon, man. Peace out.
Thank you for listening and watching the OC Sports Card Podcast. You can check out our previous podcasts, along with other great podcasts, at the iLogic Media Network. Please subscribe, like, and share the OC. Once again.